the price of a cocoa bean, the price of chocolate. Yes, the price of chocolate, the little stuff you have in a bar or cocoa you drink. I know a guy who happens to have some cocoa trees growing in his house. But they're bug free. And he says, I can get my cocoa anytime I want. I can process everything I want. I am no different than a farmer in Africa who does the same thing. But, it's a little kid. He was given some beans to grow. And he grows that. I could do the same thing with coffee. I can have an indoor fruit tree. But he just happens to have a cocoa tree. Well, so he says, well, in the summertime, I can let real sunlight into my hot house, you might say, and he controls the temperature, he controls the disease. Enough water here, none, that thing. In Africa, the trees are sitting outside, and they're affected by how much water they get. You don't have to spray a tree. It could be the drip system. African farmers are finding out that the yields change each year. The cocoa prices change each year. But if you grow a special bean, that thing, it's like a coffee house. Coffee house that grows their own coffee trees. Yeah. If you're like a big coffee house, I would think that the executives would say, let's grow our own trees in our own hothouse. It's a novelty. Well, yeah. But you can have a special coffee bean for controlling the flavor, how it's grown. Same thing with cocoa. Cocoa beans are becoming more expensive, and climate change are really screwing things up, and you have diseases that will attack trees in the wild, and you're subjected to world prices. Nestle has their own hot houses growing cocoa beans. I think their executives all are required, if you're on the board, you're required to grow cocoa trees in your house while you're executive. You keep your family warm. You share the living room with a cocoa tree. Disease-free. Why not? It will become a luxury item. Yes. And if you show your wealth by how many cocoa trees you happen to have growing in your house, I guess it's like, the people who used to make beer. You had your own beer kegs in the house, or whiskey. The whiskey company executives have their own distillery in the garage or in the house, where they create their own beer or whiskey. You would figure on that stuff. Well, moonshine. Which is, if you go back 100 years, my great-grandfather lived up in Wisconsin, and they heated a house with wood right next to a still. So you had a still, you had, you still everything else, and you had piping going outside to distill the fluid, that thing. But yeah, you had a wood-burning stove attached to a hot water heater and a still. Right, so, but, hey, you like cocoa? Grow a tree. You like coffee? Grow a tree.